Yo, 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 what's going on, world? This your boy Najee from Cigar Talk, and today I got a very special guest, man. Seated to my left, hey, I got the world champion. It's one of the biggest fights in boxing coming up. I got my man, Regis Prograis.
Thank you, brother. Thanks
What's up, my brother? How are you, man?
All good, bro. All good, real good.
Yeah, how do you, like, I always think about, like, how do boxers prepare for a moment like this? Because I feel like this probably the biggest fight right now in your career in terms of exposure and things like that. How do you mentally prepare for a moment like this?
I just feel like I'm meant for this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is my moment, this is my time. You know, I've been under the radar for a long time. You know, I became a champion, became a 2-time world champion, and then still, I don't really get the recognition I deserve. But a fight like this of this magnitude, I feel like I want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I want. I feel like this is what I'm destined to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I've been doing I've been boxing since I was like 16, 17, and this is what it's for. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm going to seize the moment, you know, because it is a big moment. This is what I'm doing it for. I just, you know, I love it. I love the sport, and I want to get into those big moments. I want the big fights, and, you know, now it's here.
Yeah, for sure. I like the little promo they put out, Matchroom, the other day. You and Devin, that shit was fire. One of the things you said, you was like, Devin's manufactured. He ain't real. What did you mean when you said that?
I just feel like, I mean, Devin had it easy his whole life, I think. You know, I don't know him that personally. I know him a little bit, but I don't know him that personally. I feel like, bro, like, he had it easy his whole life. I feel like with me, I really had to get it. I had to get this out the mud. If people don't know my story, bro, I didn't fall for free and all kinds of stuff, bro. And I was broke as a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Devin was, if I'm saying it correctly, I think Devin was like driving a Bentley or something like that to high school. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like, he was.
Oh, his pops had money, you saying? Like,
he come from money.
Right,
Devin come from money. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I got money because of me. You know, that's why I think, like, it's meant for me. That's why I say he manufactured, like, everything about him is like, you know, somebody has to tell before. I feel like before he has to walk out the door, people have to tell him what to put on, what to say, what to do. Everything. You know what I'm saying?
Like
everything is a team of people around you. Like, you can't. When you get out of bed, you can't do this. You gotta tweet this. You gotta do this. Like me, I feel like I'm real. I feel like I said, I feel like he's manufactured, you know, and he has a good team around him. That is the definition of a good team. But at the same time, bro, like, I feel like, you know, he didn't get it like I got it. Like, he had, you know, I think, you know, he is skilled, but he had, you know, good luck on his side. And I think he had, you know, he had really good management, basically, you know, and they kind of got him to where he at right now, I feel. And he just didn't get it out he just didn't get it like me. Like, I really got it out the mud. You know, like, I didn't come from money. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he come from money. Like, his daddy had money. His brothers and stuff, they had money and stuff. I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's a different hunger. Like, I'm the first person in my family actually doing what I'm doing. Like, he comes from that already.
Right. To me, I mean, well, getting to this point felt like I wasn't sure, like, as a fan, right? Like, I'm watching the negotiations, and then obviously him and Shakur was talking about it, and he moved up. How hard was the negotiation process, just like from you and his, you know, your team and his team really trying to put the shit together? Because fans it seems like everybody interested in business now. And how hard was that part, like the negotiation process?
Well, first off, they mentioned it first after my fight in New Orleans. His daddy came.
Yep.
So, you know, we got to talking a little shit, me and him or whatever. So, then they were saying, I remember I was out here. Yeah, I was out here. I came out here to work a little bit, and Eddie came, and Eddie was like, you know, what about Devin? And at the time, I was like, bro, I wasn't even thinking about boxing. To be honest, I didn't even get paid from my last fight. Like, I literally, like,
I remember that. You went to the bank or something?
Well, this was from I'm talking about the fight.
Oh, Zorilla.
Zorilla. I ain't get paid from that. I got paid like 3 weeks later. Now, I don't know if it was Matchroom, whatever, banks, whatever, all kinds of stuff like that. But I didn't even get paid from that. And literally, it was like I think I met with Eddie like a Wednesday, and I literally just got paid on a Tuesday. I'm like, Eddie, I just got paid, bro. Let me go spend some money first. Like, you telling me about another fight, bro? I ain't even get paid yet. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even interested in nothing. And I knew, like, after fights, obviously what we do is, you know, we go on vacation. You know what I'm saying? We have long, hard training camps. We like, man, we go. So I was like, bro, I'm not even interested in none of that stuff right now. So me, Eddie, my people, my wife, my people and stuff like that, we sat down with Eddie, and it was like they were talking about the Devin stuff, and I was like, whatever. Like I wasn't even feeling it, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I could tell. I was looking at their face and it was like, you know, they ain't like that. You know, and so then after that, I knew
Eddie and them, like the Matchroom guys.
Eddie and Matchroom didn't like that. They wanted, you know, they wanted the Devin fight to happen. So I was like, man, whatever, you know. So I heard that it kind of, you know, they didn't like that. They was kind of pissing them off and stuff like that. And but I was leaving. I was going on a cruise, and I was, like I said, I go on vacation and stuff like that. But when I got back, that's when I was all in. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like I just got paid. I didn't do nothing yet.
Right.
Like after fights, like we all, most fighters, we just go. We go have fun. We go do we have long training. You know what I'm saying? We do what we got to do and stuff like that. So I'm like, after I got off that cruise, after I went, whatever, after I came back, I was like, I'm ready. Like, what's up? What we doing? And so then the negotiations I think they kind of started and stuff like that. And then they threw out like the October date. Yeah. And I think with me and him, we wasn't even on the same page. Cause I was like, man, like we could do this or we could do that. And he was saying some different stuff. So I don't think my team and Devin's team was even on the same page. I think it was just everything was just too mixed up and stuff like that. And so then I was like, nah, how about we do November? You know what I'm saying? Cause it was like October 28th. And I was like, nah, we're not gonna do that. We gonna do, and I signed for November. Right. I signed a date for November 11th. And I was like, look, I signed. Yeah. You know, I signed already. And it was still up in the air what he was gonna do. I didn't know what Devin was gonna do because Devin is undisputed at 135. So that means he got a lot of options. He got a bunch of options. So I didn't know if he was actually gonna fight me or not. So I'm like, I signed, I'm good. And I signed like 5 or 6 weeks before he even did. So I was just like, look, I signed. And as soon as I signed, I started training. You know, I was just like, well, I couldn't, when I was on the cruise and out the country, I couldn't even sit still. Like I was training on the cruise and stuff like that. But anyways, I signed and I was just waiting for them. That's all. I was just waiting for them.
Now, was the bag right as soon as you signed? Did you feel like, because I feel like this is probably your biggest fight. Like, you know, I guess Josh Taylor before that, but this would probably be considered the biggest fight. This is bigger,
for sure. Yeah.
Was the money already right? Because I know, you know, like I said, he was offering 25%. Was you like, all right?
No, we wasn't doing that. And I wasn't doing it. I'm the champion. He trying to fight me. You know, at 135, he is undisputed, you know, so he was offering Shakur 25%, but I don't even know. I think people get mixed up on Twitter and all that, the 25, but I don't know what was going on with him and Shakur, bro. Whatever. But anyways, we kind of, as far as the money and stuff like that go, we got that right, you know, like it didn't take a long time for us to get everything right. You know, it took a little while. Of course, they come back with something and you come back and forth. You know, you got to negotiate, but it honestly didn't take that long. We was like, all right, we gonna do this and we cool. And like I said, I signed way before he did. So, you know, I was cool.
Yeah. So tell me, do you feel like your last fight with Zorilla kind of prepared you for this? Because, like,
for sure.
One, Zorilla, I never seen him move like that. That was the first time, like, you know, he trying to jab, move. You know, people criticize you for the performance, whatever the case was. Do you think that was preparation kind of for this fight?
It wasn't I don't think it was preparation. It was just like, listen, bro, like I think with that, it was just like an off night. Yeah. And not even making excuses. Like, we were supposed to fight a left-handed person first. Yeah, he dropped out. He dropped out. And then we was like, my coach picked Zorilla. It was like, all right. And so we looking and we had good sparring for Zorilla for that style. Yeah. And then we got in the ring and he just ran around the whole time. So obviously it was just like shock. Obviously I know I'm a 2-time world champ. I know how to cut off the ring, but just that night and all the stuff going on in your hometown, it just was like, you know, it's just an off night for me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thankful for it because if I would have went out there and blasted Zorilla out in 1 or 2 rounds, Devin wouldn't want to fight me. You know what I'm saying? It'll still be, you know, nothing still will be happening right now. So I'm glad that, for me, bro, I wouldn't be getting this opportunity if that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So you got, for me, I look at it like that. I erased it, bam, it's done. And now, for me, you know, with the Devin stuff, I'm gonna be prepared like all the way. No matter, I feel like, well, no matter what he do, I'm gonna be prepared.
Everybody was talking about cutting off the ring. Was it like, because Zorilla got popped, like he could crack, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, do you feel like, I guess, because only you know when you in there, like when you're trying to cut off the ring, is it like, were you moving cautious just because this guy could hit? Was it just like, he was running too much, that's what was frustrating? Like,
well, you definitely gotta be, well, my style, I'm a fighter more than anything else, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fighter. And when we was in New Orleans, all my people were right there. everybody I know, all my people, close people, they right there. And everybody telling me stuff. And literally, like, I guess I wasn't focused because I can hear everything. You know, usually when you're in the zone, you can't hear shit. You can hear, but you don't listen. Like, I was hearing everything and I was listening to everything people saying. I had so much coming at me. And, you know, you obviously you don't want to get caught with no, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get caught with nothing. And he, like I said, he did have power, but I should just, for me, it was just, I think just too much going on. Too much voice in my head, too much going on. It was just a lot, bro. It really was.
Like, all right, was harder, like, atmosphere-wise, like, because, you know, that was in New Orleans, hometown, but then, you know, against Josh Taylor, you went out to England where that's like everybody against you, right? It's like, nah, nigga, nah, this our home guy. What's the difference between those type of fights, like, place-wise, like England versus your hometown?
Well, obviously you don't want to go to a different country. You know what I'm saying? Different country. You know, that was a big difference. But I think the harder the crowd was hometown. Cause like when you're in your hometown, bro, you got everybody you ever know. They gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? And like you gotta deal with so much. And people say, oh, you ain't gotta deal with that, but you still gotta deal like family and all that stuff. You can't just go, oh, tell this dude, man, go tell him this. Go tell him. Because a lot of people, you can tell them, man, I got my people and stuff. I got my friends and my sister and stuff. Man, look, go tell them this. Go tell them all this stuff. But you can't tell that to your mama. You can't tell it to your sister. You can't tell it to, you know what I'm saying, your wife and her friend. Like, and so one thing I did, bro, like, the day of the fight, this was literally the day of the fight. I was in my hotel room, bro. I was up early. And usually I try to sleep and stuff like that. I was up early. And I looked, I think I had to be at the arena for like 7 p.m. And I looked, it was like, I think 11 o'clock. And I'm literally don't have nothing to do. I'm like, damn, I'm like, damn, what the hell I'm gonna do? So I'm just chilling in the hotel room. You know, you get a little antsy, start shadow boxing and stuff. And I called my wife. I was like, man, come get me. You know, and I went by my mama house, and Lord, I should have never did that. Like, I got there and they like talking about, they all did, her and my cousins and my grandma and all of my wife and all, they dealing with tickets, fussing over tickets. My mama like, what I want this ticket? You told my friend this? I'm like, why the fuck?
There's too much going on.
I'm like, why the fuck? I like, bro, let's go. I told my wife, let's go. I should have never even came here. You know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that. And this is the day of the fight. This is Saturday. You know, I'm fighting that night and I'm here, you know what I'm saying, doing that. And I never do that. And, you know, even my auntie and them, they was like, I never saw you do that. My coach saw me walking out. You know, he was like, where the fuck you going? Yeah, he was like, where you going? You got to fight tonight. You know, like, what you doing? And I was like, man, I got to get out the hotel room, bro. I'm bored as fucking. I don't know what to do. And so it's just something, like I said, and I never did that. Like, everybody always know, like, when I'm in fight mode, I lock myself up in my room. I don't never come out. I come out when I got to do media stuff. I come out. I don't even go out to eat. Like, they bring my shit to me. And that's it. But with that, bro, it's just New Orleans is my home. New Orleans like a fun town to me. When I touch down New Orleans,
everybody like, yo, nigga, like we gotta.
Everybody, it's just like for me when I touch down New Orleans, it's a fun town to me. Like it's my party place. I love it. It's hometown, but it's like I just have fun there. So my mindset is just different when I'm there.
Yeah, for sure. Tell me about like training camp in terms of, because I saw a video on your Instagram. It was cute, man. Like you was leaving your daughters. Your daughters was in the car, and then you like, yo, I gotta go to training camp. She was crying like, Dad, no. Like, how was that part for you? Just like, you know, obviously you a family man doing that, but then, you know, you gotta work, you gotta provide. So what's that like just, you know, from the family side, like the kids, your wife, like you leaving to really have to dedicate. What's that like on you?
It's hard, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a family man, big family man. I love being around my kids. But this training camp, like, I feel like this is a big, like I said, this is a big moment. I think this is should be a breakout performance for me. You know what I'm saying? This should put me, you know, top pound for pound, like definitely best in the world. Should be, you know, it's always gonna be people saying different things, but the best at 140 after this should be established. Pound for pound should be there. So this camp, I just left. I'm leaving for a long time too, you know, and I mean, I'm gonna go back, but still, I never left this long of a time. But it's definitely hard, man. Like, I mean, that was my little baby. You know, she was a little baby and stuff. My middle one, she was sleeping a couple. My son was, you know, he kind of felt some type where they want to come out here and stuff. But it's just like, it's just necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I have to do. And somebody that I used to only come here for like 2 weeks or something like that. But now, like, I'm here for way longer. You know, so it's just, I mean, I think it's just something you gotta do. Something that, like, as a fighter, you just have to sacrifice. You know?
I think that's interesting because I saw like I was watching Charlo All Access and he still had his family there.
Home. Yeah.
And it seemed like most people I feel like they leave. So that's why I was like, do you feel like I guess is the family part of distraction a little bit and away from you being able to fully commit and focus?
Right.
Like if they was here, do you
Yeah,
feel like
for sure. Well, because I am a family man. My kids, I got 3 kids. I got a baby and I got older ones, and so they doing stuff, you know. And I take my kids to all their stuff, you know. My wife, we help and stuff like that. But it's literally when I'm there, like when I'm here, bro, I go train and come back and like I'm playing the game and shit like that. Like it's just that's all we doing. Like literally, I'm here, I train, play the game and train. That's all I'm doing. But like when I'm there, like I'm training, then I have so much other obligations. Like I got so much other stuff, and it's like, you know, my wife she does that, she could take over, but I wanna be there for my kids. You know, I wanna bring my daughter is in gymnastics, my son is in soccer, my daughter same one gymnastics, you know, in soccer too. So I want to take them to all their practices and stuff like that. So that's why it's a big distraction, you know. And you want to be, you're not like I'm not gonna be in the house with my kids and I'm just like closing the door, like just not. That's even more weird. So at least now they know, like, all right, you know, I'm at work. You know, this is what I'm doing. I'm out here. I'm training. You know, and I don't, you know, don't be distracted by that.
Nah, for sure. I want to talk about real quick the landscape in 140. Obviously, Africa just fought Richardson Hitchens. He fought last week. I saw your tweet. You said you thought it was boring, like his performance.
Shit was terrible. Yeah,
he called you out and shit after the fight. He said your name. What you think? Like when you see, you know, prospects, the young guns coming up, calling you out. Like, are those fights that you feel like you will entertain? Whatever post. Again, I'm not looking past Devin. Now you can't look past Devin.
Right.
But I just mean, you know, hypothetically, are those fights that you would like entertain?
No. I want big fights. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no, like, I mean, look at Hitchison, you know, like, that was a snooze fest. You know, he fought Zepeda, you know, I boxed him 12 rounds. It was 12-0. I don't even think I gave Zepeda a round. You know, he definitely beat him, but it was boring. And, like, for me, I want the big fights. Like, right now, you know, obviously, same thing. You can't look over Devin. But after Devin, you know, like, somebody, either belts or big fights. That's all I want right now. I'm in my stage where I don't want no prospects and all that stuff coming up, man. You got to do work, bro. I'm a 2-time world champion. These dudes never even became a champion before. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you looking good and stuff. But like I said, I got it out the mud, bro. Like I like when I was, you know, 16-0 and stuff like that. I wasn't, you know, calling out no champions. At the time, Terrence Crawford was a champion and stuff like that. You know, you have to earn your place. Yeah, you can look good against somebody and call people out. That's cool, bro. But you got to earn, like, I've been doing this shit for a long time. You got to earn your spot. So for me, I want the recognition. I want the big fights, the big money fights. That's what I want. Belts and big fights. That's all I want. I literally don't want nothing else, you know. And it don't have to be for a belt, but if it's a big fight and it's gonna make me a lot of money, that's what I want to do. So I don't want no up and coming prospects. Now, if Hitchison was a big name and it was like, oh shit, you would get paid this? Oh shit, we fight Hitchison. Yeah, for sure. But Hitchison, that shit was boring. It was terrible. It was a terrible fight. It was boring. That style with him, it was like a snooze fest, you know what I'm saying? But I don't duck no smoke with nobody. For me, it's about the paper, bro. Like, I don't care. At 140, I feel like I'm the best, and I don't care who I fight. I just, what the paycheck gonna be. That's all I'm worried about. I don't care about nobody, who it is, what the paycheck. With somebody like Hitchison, the paycheck ain't gonna be shit. So I slide him under the bus.
Yeah. Tell me about, what was it like the first time? Because I've been watching your career for a while, you know, coming up, Diabella days, you know what I'm saying, doing what you're doing. What was it like the first time you got a 7-figure paycheck? When you was like, when they presented to you like the million number, like how, tell me your mind frame, how does that feel? Was it crazy? What did you spend it on? Like, what was that moment like?
I didn't know how to, I didn't know, well, when I became rich, I didn't know how to be rich. Honestly.
What you mean?
I didn't know how to spend it. I didn't know what to do with it. I literally didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to spend it. I just had it just sitting like, damn, you look at your account, you got $1 million sitting in the account. What the fuck I'm gonna do with it? I don't know. I literally don't know. But one thing that happened to me, I'm kind of like, I kind of watch money and stuff like that because one thing happened when I was younger. Like, I literally went broke, like as a boxer. Like, I fought, I think I fought Abel Ramos, and I made 20-something thousand. And at the time, before I started making money in boxing, I was a personal trainer. So I was making like $1,000. That's what I'm saying. I really got out the mud, bro. I was a trainer, had a family, like a kid and a wife and stuff as a grown man. Right. And I was making like $1,000 a month, bro. That's $12,000 a year. That's broke as a motherfucker. That's broke as shit. Right. And so I made that little 20,000, which now it ain't shit. But at the time I made that bread, that was a lot. Like that, you made 20 bands at one time. I made this in a year, so I made this like. So I'm like, damn, and I stopped working. I went to Brazil for a month. My wife stopped working.
That 20 felt like $1 million,
that 20
right?
felt like a lot of fucking money. So I stopped working. My wife went. We went to Brazil we went for a month. She stopped working, and then I'm thinking, all right, this shit about to start rolling in because it was a good performance. So I'm thinking, all right, we about to start getting this. You know what I'm saying? Getting more and more. Then I got hurt in the gym. I had I think my orbital bone got broken in sparring. Somebody uppercut me with a thumb. Yeah. So my thumb. So I was out for like 9 months. In that time, not making no money. Then we didn't fucking travel. Went to Brazil, stayed out, nothing coming in. So it's like, damn, I didn't spend all that shit. Right. Now I had to go back to working and doing all that shit again. So that taught me a lesson. Like, bro, this shit could be ended anytime. This shit could be ended any second. So now, you know, I think I'm definitely, you know what I'm saying? For me, I'm just better with money. And like I said, when I'm glad that I went broke, because when I made that first million, like I really didn't do. I mean, obviously you spend. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But
you ain't go crazy though.
I didn't go crazy. You know what I'm saying. I didn't go crazy and stuff like that. But I didn't know how to spend $1 million. Like nobody I knew never had that type of money. You know what I'm saying. We don't know what to do with that type of shit. You still gotta pay taxes. $1 million and $1 million. I still gotta pay taxes and shit like that. Sure. My accountant gave me a fucking bill. I'm like, damn. Like damn.
Bust down that $1 million.
Like, yeah, like damn. I gotta pay this shit. Like damn. You know. So but I still bought stuff. I bought a house for my mama. I bought fucking cars and stuff like that. But I didn't go like crazy. But a lot of that shit, bro, you spend that shit and you don't even know where it's going. Still, I be looking like at my account, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, how much is this?
I spent 20,000. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit went like that fast. It go fast.
Right. Take me back to New Orleans, man. Like, obviously, you know, you represent that. You wear that on your chest tat. You got the tat. Who was Regis? Like, I know you said you was, you know, working, grinding as a physical trainer or trainer. Who were you before boxing? Like, before your mind was like, I want to do this. What type of time was you on in New Orleans?
Well, this is actually one of my best friends right here. We just grew up in the street, bro. Fighting. I mean, it sounds bad, but it wasn't. It was just normal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We grew up in the street fighting, running around girls, playing sports. That's kind of what we did, you know? Like, I mean, the storm hit when I was 16. So after, you know, before that, that's all we did, bro. Just like me and him just ran around messing with girls. Like when we kind of started early and shit like that. So you 12, 13, you just want to get some pussy. You know what I'm saying? So that's all we doing. We and him running around, me, him, my other pops, we just running around New Orleans, literally trying to get pussy. We fucking play sports. You know, we played everything. I played football, I played basketball. I was definitely big into sports and stuff like that when I was younger, but for the most part, dog, just running around, messing with girls, fighting in the street. Yeah. And then shit, my mama and daddy kind of split up early. So when I was younger, my daddy was on my ass a lot. He was always hard on me and shit. Then my mama and daddy split, so my daddy moved out. My mama told the opposite, let me do whatever the fuck I want to do.
So it was crazy after
that.
And so
it was up after that. And so my mama had like 2 cars, and then she was like, oh, you can, she just like, take the car. So oh man, imagine, like we just went all around, just driving everywhere, just fucking around. That's all.
Right. So what point was it that you felt like you knew boxing was a thing? Like, all right, like this is really a thing for me. When did that happen?
Well, it was always little stages and stuff like that. Well, so I told you I played sports. I played football in high school, and wasn't that good. So
what position?
I played cornerback and running back.
Okay.
All right. So when I played football, me and the coach son played the same thing. So played running back and shit like that. Yeah. So when we was in high school, we used to fight in the gloves. All the football players used to fight in the gloves and stuff like that. Okay. And one day I heard, it was like during lunchtime, I heard like a classroom. They was like loud as shit. Everybody was loud. So I knocked on the door. It got real quiet. So me and my partners, we went in. We picked our head in. And you see everybody around, coaches in there and all that shit. New Orleans kind of corrupt. Coaches in there and all that shit. Girls, coaches, cheerleader coach, all that, they in there. And we peeked our head in, and everybody got quiet. And they had a nigga, they had a nigga in there with some gloves on, and And then I peeked my head in, and he was kind of like, he was the only one with the gloves, but nobody else wanted to fight him. And so,
hold on, was he literally like niggas knew he was just the guy with hands?
Yeah.
Like,
basically, like he wanted to fight. He was in the middle, and I guess he whooped somebody else up because they was making noise in there. And so we look, and so I'm looking, and they was like, man, you can't. I was in the 10th grade at the time. This was like 11 and 12 graders. So I looked in, I peeped in. They was like, man, you can't come in if you don't put the gloves on.
Right.
So my partners walked off. It was like
niggas ain't want no smoke
niggas,
like that.
It was like 5 of them niggas. They all walked off.
I hope that wasn't you back there. Yeah, I hope you ain't walk out.
It wasn't him. He didn't go to the same school.
Yeah.
So they all walked off and shit like that. And it was another dude named Shady Boo. He dead now, but he looked at me. He gave me that look because I knew him since we was little. And so he gave me that look. He was like,
what's up?
What's up? Yeah. And he knew you know what I'm saying, I'll fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't know I could fight, but they know I wasn't scared. So I went there and I put them gloves on and I fucked this dude up bad. And so they would do that like every Friday. So after that, bam, I went from not that good of a football player and kind of a class clown to like, this nigga really know how to fight. Right. So everybody in the school like, this nigga Regis know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Red nigga know how to fight and shit like that. So we went back. I went back a few times. I think they'll do it like every Friday. They bring the gloves, football players, just the football players in there, cheerleaders and shit. And so one time, and I kept whooping every Friday. I whooping somebody different. You know what I'm saying? And so then one week, the coach came in there, and like after the fight, same thing, whooped another nigga, and he was like, man, he pulled me to the side. This was the football coach. He was like, man, look, like I ain't gonna lie, bro, you probably don't got no future in football, but you might got one in boxing. And literally, I turned my equipment in that same week, and I was like, you right, I don't want to do this shit. I ain't want to do football anyway. I'm straight on football. So I went to I turned my equipment in, and so this was 10th area, and then after that, I went to a boxing gym. And I started for a little while, and this was the hardest workout I ever did in my life. I remember just being tired. Every day I got home, I was tired, just fucking went to sleep. Like, damn, I'm tired as fuck, this shit hard. So then my grades started dropping. My mama took me out. She was like, yeah, you gotta wait till summertime. So this was 2005 when the storm hit. So then I started again after school. After school ended, this was May. Yep. I went to the boxing gym religiously, like literally every day. It was every
Houston
night.
At this point?
This was New Orleans. This was before the storm hit. This was New Orleans. Okay. So this was, like I said, the school ended in May. So I start right there in May. Yep. And I'm going every fucking day. Like it was nighttime. Every nighttime, training. I just loved this shit. I just couldn't get enough of it. I love fucking boxing. And then Hurricane Katrina hit in August. So literally, like from May to August, that's when I was like boxing New Orleans. And then Katrina hit. I obviously had to stop for a long time because of all this shit with Katrina. Then I went to Houston, and that's when I really was like, damn. I went to Savannah Boxing Gym. Okay. And people don't know about Savannah. They gonna make a movie about this gym one day, bro. Like Savannah.
Legendary gym?
Legendary gym, bro. You got it. Somebody's gonna see this, and they gonna make a movie about it. Cause, you know, it was me, the twins, Mel and Ma. We came up, we used to like sleep at each other's house and shit like that. People don't even know, you know, like it was me, Mel and Ma, dude named Omar Henry, Highland Williams, Holyfield was training up, Shane Mosley came in there, De La Hoya came in there, Irisline De Laura, Rigondeaux.
So the whole Ronnie Shields, like, is this Ronnie gym?
No, this wasn't Ronnie's gym though. This was Savannah's gym, but Ronnie was training there. You know, so all this good talent, and I'm like, what really hit me is like, Tyson my favorite fighter, right? So Holyfield training. This is the motherfucker that beat Tyson twice. Right. And I'm like, I'm hitting the bag, bro, and like Holyfield next to me hitting the bag. And so that kind of changed my mind. Like, damn, bro, like I can do this shit. Right. And that's kind of what hit that switch on me. You know what I'm saying? I think around that time I was like 19 or 20 or something like that. I was like, damn, like I need to really take this shit serious. Because before that, I was boxing, but still I was in high school. So, you know, we were playing around, like I said, with the twins and stuff. We used to, same thing. When you're young, all you do is want to fuck girls. That's all you want to do is mess with girls and shit like that. So, you know, we still boxing, but it wasn't that much focus. So, you know, once I was like with Holyfield, and then one time we went to an amateur tournament, I wasn't fighting, opponent pulled out, whatever. And me and Holyfield sit next to each other, like right here. And everybody coming up, taking the pictures and stuff like that. Me and him just talking, just like me and you talking. We talking and shit. And I'm thinking like, damn, this nigga, when you see people on TV, bro, you think they superheroes, but this a regular nigga just like me. And this nigga make $400-500 million, like in the 80s. So it's like,
so,
damn.
you know, that's back then.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
like,
so it's like, damn, bro, I can do this. And that's when I that's when I was like, damn, you know, my mindset was like, it just changed. And I started really becoming serious about what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
So how hard was it for you? Because I feel like a lot of these boxers, you know, you kind of started late in comparison to how boxers are starting, right? Like they got these kids in the gym 5, 6, 7 years old in the gym. How hard was that for you? Like being that you started later, so you kind of playing catch up in terms of learning the game, learning the skills. How hard was that part for you? Like just trying to catch up to, you know, people that just was in it before you?
Well, for me, I felt like because I was playing catch up, I always had to work harder. I always had to do more. That's, you know, and I think that's why where I'm at right now. I always had to do more and more and more. And it's a good thing and a bad thing because I didn't come up with that amateur style. Like I come up fighting niggas, like really fighting. That's what I like to do. I really like fighting niggas and beating niggas up. Like I want to hurt people. You know what I'm saying? When you got the amateur style is, you know, the hit, you know what I'm saying? The hit and move, and you know, the point system shit. Like me, like I came, like I want to hurt you. Like when I hit you, you might hit me with 5 punches, but if I hit you with this bitch, I'm gonna hurt your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's how I always thought about it. And that's why I think it helped me because I came from like rough ass street fighting and shit like that. And like I said, because everybody started earlier than me, I had to play catch up. So I had to work. For me, I just had to work more. I just had to work more and just study more. And I always had that hunger. Like every time, even since I was younger, bro, living with my mom in apartments and shit like that, I would keep like a boxing dummy or bag and just hit that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from practice and I'm going to hit that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted that shit. I really wanted it, and I still got that same hunger inside me right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously you're a power puncher, you know, the left hand, the big left hand, you know, we seen you put a couple of people out with that.
Right.
Do you feel like big punches like that, is that something you just had? You was born with that, or did you develop that?
Well, you just have it. That's something you just have. Either you have it or you don't. I don't think like you can't. I don't think you could develop it. You could develop better punching technique and stuff like that, but as far as natural born power, like it's just natural. I'm just heavy handed. That's all. Like when I hit people, I hurt them. You know, like you just naturally have that. Some people naturally have different gifts, and I naturally have heavy hands.
Yeah. Tell me about your choice as far as promotional shit, right? Because I know, like, I saw at one point you was with Lou Diabella for a while. I know stuff like that happened, and then I think you signed with Richard Schaefer's company for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then obviously now you're with Eddie Hearn in Matchroom. What do you look for when it's time to like really like, all right, I'm trying to sign a deal and make the best situation? What is it that you look for that makes you sign a deal with one of these promoters?
Well, I was a free agent. You know, a few months ago, I was a free agent.
Yeah.
And so everybody was Top Rank, Eddie, they all reaching out. And it was just like, bro, like Top Rank deal, and they had Top Rank deal and Eddie deal. I don't know how, I'll try to see how much I can say. But it was Top Rank deal and Eddie deal, right? So I think one of the main differences was the fight date. First off, Top Rank was like, man, you can fight in August. You'll fight Barboza or something like that in August.
Yeah.
And Eddie was like, you go fight in June. And it was April or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it was like, I'd rather fight now. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, family man, going back to the family man thing with my kids and stuff, if I fight in June, that means I got summertime to be with my kids.
Right.
I'm going to train all the time anyway, but I got summertime and stuff like that. I can go be with my kids and stuff like that. If I fight in August, knowing me, if I fight in August, I'm not gonna do nothing this summer. I'm gonna train. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm literally, I'm gonna train. I'm not gonna, if I know I got a fight coming up, I'm not gonna go bullshit, vacation. I'm gonna go train. So when they told me June, I was like, all right, that was one of the deciding factors. And another one, bro, was the love. Like, where was the love? And I get this, man, on Ballers, when your boy went to the Saints, he was like, where's the love? And so, all right, Eddie Hearn flew to Houston to talk to me.
Right. From England. He's from England?
Well, he was from England, but he was going to Canelo's fight in Guadalajara that same week.
I remember that. Yep,
so he came, and he came to me. He came talk to me and stuff like that. With Top Rank, they flew me. And they flew me on Southwest. And it's like, bro, like if people don't know, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not bougie or nothing like that, bougie, but I fly first class.
Right. They had an economy, nigga?
They had me on Southwest where you gotta pick the seats and shit. Yeah. It's like, bro, Top Rank flew me there. So it's like what you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What a love at. Like you say you want to sign me, and I got to the meeting, it was like, you know, I just don't feel it. You know, it's like, yeah, y'all want to like use me up or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what y'all want to do, but I just didn't feel the love. You flew me on fucking Southwest, bro. You know, Eddie came to me.
At least put me on Delta, man.
Yeah, Eddie came to me and you flew me on Southwest, and it's like, all right, that's a sign. So if Tyrann, y'all looking at this, bro, if you want to sign somebody, you got to show them the love. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I don't need a private jet, but don't fly me. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna fly me, bro, I fly. You could have just told me what you gonna fly. I'm gonna fly myself first class anyway, bro. Just, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta give me a jet.
Let
but
don't
fuck over me like that. You know what I'm saying? That was for me. That was one of the main deciding factors. And just Eddie's pitch, it was just like, look, we gonna get you in. You know, you gonna do this, and then you gonna do this. We gonna get you a big fight. And guess what happened, bro? The same shit Eddie told me is happening right. He said you gonna get a fight, and then we gonna get you Devin. I was like, shit, all right, cool. We gonna, and that shit happened. He was like, look, we gonna get you a fight in New Orleans. The first fight, we'll get you a fight in New Orleans. You can have a good little homecoming. We could do it at the Smoothie King. Then after that, we gonna get you right to something big, like a Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or something like that. And that shit came true. Like everything he said came true. And I'm fighting Devin right now. So it's like, that's why.
You complaining. Yeah, that's what's up. Last couple questions, man. I know I read an old interview where you was talking about that you read a lot of books. That you had like a bookshelf full of books and shit. What? When did you get that? You always been like that in terms of reading?
Was like, first I hated school. Hated school. Never liked school at all, but I do like to learn. I started when I was like 19, 20, and if I'm not mistaken, I read about like a athlete. I think it was I don't know who it was, Olympic athlete or something like that. And they said that, you know, what they was doing, and this was back in the day before all the social media stuff, like they watched a lot of TV. And so what they did is they replaced that with reading. So, and I just did the same thing, literally. And like, I mean, I don't read that much. No, I might read a few hours a day now. But when I first started that, bro, I was reading like 5-6 hours a day, just hitting the books, hitting them. And it definitely made a difference. You know what I'm saying? Just on everything, you know, like I just feel like, bro, like I know it's so cliche to tell the kids read, but bro, that shit is, like everything you want is there. I feel like, for me, I feel like everything you want in the book, bro, like everything is really there. So that's why I just, you know what I'm saying, don't want to sound like a nerd or nothing. I never did it in school, but like I just like to learn, I guess. And that's the quickest way to acquire information is to read a book. You know, you can watch videos, you can do shit, but the quickest way for most people, you know what I'm saying, is to open a book and just read it. So I got a crazy bookshelf at home, bro. And like I literally, like I'm so specific about my shit. If you see a book on it, I read it. I don't put a bookshelf on my book unless I don't read. If I didn't read it yet, I put it on my office desk or something like that. But on my bookshelf, I don't put a book there. So if I show people like all the books I read, like I literally read. You open it up, you'll see my name and you'll see highlighted stuff. You'll see notes in it and all that stuff. Like I just like to learn information. Yeah, your kids like that too? Like no, hell no. My kids, no, definitely not like that. Nah. They probably, you know, they like I can't, you know, I don't want to push them like that because it's like, you know, I wasn't like that when I was young. You know, I didn't want to fucking read. You know, you tell kids that, but you got different mindsets. You know, and I always got to think about my kids like that. And everybody got like different mindsets at a different stage of their life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. I wasn't that person 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying? So you got different mindsets. So I gotta realize that with my kids, same thing, bro. Like they, you know, they're not gonna have that. They're not gonna have that. You know, one day when they start getting older, they might have that. Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Lastly, I gotta get the prediction. Obviously, big fight this weekend. I'm gonna head out to Vegas tomorrow. We got, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those ones, Charlo Canelo. What you think? Obviously, Charlo your man, but what you think just about the fight? Like, what is it? I'm rolling with Mel. I'm rolling with Mel. You know, I gotta roll with Mel, bro. Like Mel it's just like he want this shit. He's so hungry. Now I don't know how this is the biggest fight of his life. You know, I don't know how it's gonna happen when it hits him, but it's just like he's so hungry, bro. And Mel been like that since he was little. You know what I'm saying? Marlon and Mel, two different people. So, you know, Mel, when we was younger, Mel was more cooler. I don't know how to say if me and Mel was cooler or me and Maul was cooler. Like Maul was more, me and Maul used to go out and play around, you know what I'm saying? But me and Mel was locked into the gym more, you know? So he was just always serious, and Mel been serious, like super serious about boxing. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's his life, you know? Like I can't see him even trying to retire because that's what he loves to do. That's his life. He really loved this shit. So with that, I think he just been wanting this you know what I'm saying, for his whole life, and he wants that recognition. I think Mel always had a chip on his shoulder, you know, from young, you know, and I gotta rock with him.
Yeah.
On the other hand, he fight Canelo, which is a
Boy,
fucking
ain't no joke.
monster.
No
he
joke.
fight Canelo, which is a monster. You know, you look at Canelo's resume. Oh man, he didn't fall punches,
everybody,
everything. Big punches. I mean, it's a tough task. It's a big task. Obviously, I'm rolling with Mel, but he got a big task in front of him, a real big task.
You think it's possible? I interviewed Mel a couple weeks ago. He said he going for the KO. He was like, yo, like, obviously, you know, I'm a boxer, but I'm really trying to hurt this guy. Do you think that's possible? Like Mel, because I ain't never really seen Canelo hurt except he fought Cotto's brother like 2006 or something shit like that, where he got a little stunned. Is that possible to you? Do you see that?
Anything possible.
Okay.
But no. I don't see it. Anything possible, but I don't see it. I mean, like you said, bro, look, he fought Kovalov. He fought Triple G 3 times. He fought fucking Danny. He fought James Kirkland.
Cotto.
You know what I'm saying? Like Cotto, like, bro, he fought some big punchers. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's always a chance, but I don't see it happening.
How important is Undisputed to you? Like, just the, you know, because obviously, you know, Mel's Undisputed, Canelo Undisputed. Like, I feel like now people are taking that and making it more of a thing than it ever was. Is that important to you for 140, like Undisputed, or is like whatever?
Not really. I just want the big fights. I want the belts and big fights. So it depends. For me, bro, I told you what it's about.
Yeah.
That bread.
That bag.
It's about the bread. That's what it's about. So if you got a fight in front of me for a belt and you got a fight in front of me for a bigger bag than that belt, I'm gonna go for the bigger bag. You know, as long as it's a name. Now I don't want to just go for a bigger bag and it's, you know, totally a nobody. I do want to do this for legacy too. You know, but it's both of them. It go hand in hand. You know, you look at, I mean, everybody, it's like the era of the Undisputed right now. But Floyd never was undisputed. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he cared about that.
Yeah, people don't care about that, you know. So for me, because when you go undisputed, then it's like, what's next?
Right.
Like, you know, like you can save that and make more money if, all right, you know, like build this up or whatever, and like kind of like what's next?
Ain't paying them fees too.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's important for legacy, but it's not like, oh, that's it. I gotta be undisputed. No, I do want the big fights and stuff. Like, I do want the belts, but it's just not like, right now it's so much, in my weight division, is so much money to be made. It's just like, you know, undisputed is like, yeah, it's going through my ear. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But the big fights is a little louder on this side.
That money always loud.
That's what I'm saying. The money gotta be louder than the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The money just gotta be louder. But the good thing is, right now, the people with the belts could be big fights. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You got Tio, you got Matias, you got Rolly. You know, so the other people with the, you know, they got bigger people. You know, you get a Ryan or like a Javante or something like that. Those are bigger, but the people with the belts are big fights. So that's the good thing too. Right. You know, it's still big fights with the people with the belts.
So, all right, would you say if, let's say, you know, you're able to get past Devin, you win this fight, is T.O. next? Is that like how you would look at it? T.O. probably
could
feel
be
like
next.
this?
Yeah, I said T.O. could be next. Yeah.
What do you think about his performance with Josh Taylor? Because I didn't think he was going to look
that
good.
He looked good,
though.
Bro. I didn't think he was going to look like that either. He definitely shocked me for sure. I didn't think he was going to look like that. Yeah, he looked good.
Did that change? Yeah, I'm about to say, did that change it?
No. I still fuck him up. Listen, bro, with the Josh Taylor thing, I feel like it was inevitable. I still feel like I beat Josh Taylor. Yeah. It was close, but it was in his country, and I still feel like I beat him. Catterall dropped him. I feel like Catterall beat him. So it was eventually, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, it's coming and stuff. Then he was inactive for a long time. You know, it was coming. You know, and T.O. was the man got the job done.
Nah, for sure. Well, yo, Regis, I'm wishing you good luck, man. Great fight. I'm going to definitely be out there for this one. San Francisco, is it December 9th, I believe?
December 9th, San Francisco.
December 9th. Make sure y'all tune in, DAZN. Great fight, Regis Prograis versus Devin Haney. Yo, I appreciate your time, my brother.
No problem, bro.
Dope episode of Cigar Talk. We out of here.